Hey, y'all, check this out. Former OpenSea exec arrested and charged with insider trading of NFTs. Let's dive into what this is about and kind of go over and debunk some misconceptions about what is going on here. If you got some value, please subscribe, like, or comment your thoughts of this article. Let's dive in here. Looking at what it is. So just to clear this thing, I've seen this in the comments as well. Different comments and different articles. This is the Middle District of New York, the Southern District of New York, sorry. And this is not the SEC, okay? And that's a big thing to pay attention to. If this was the SEC, we'll be going, okay, SEC is trying to make, NFT securities as well. But to be honest with you, that'd be equivalent of them making baseball cards NFTs, right? Or baseball card securities, I mean. Like, it's pretty much, they do not have the resources or the bandwidth to tackle that problem. Okay, this is, they're talking about here is the OpenSea head of product, former OpenSea head of product, Nate Chastain, was accused of front-running purchases of NFT collections that he knew were about to be featured prominently on the homepage of OpenSea. His actions were discovered by other NFT buyers who analyzed his transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. So people told on him, looking at his blockchain, looking at his wallet, and seeing when he bought and what he bought, and got pretty much reported him and got him fired. OpenSea soon fired Chastain after they determined the allegations were legitimate. The startup was noted that it didn't have specific policies in place to prohibit this type of behavior beforehand, but since has enacted new employee rules. So he was making bank pretty much, and of course, when it's on the front page of OpenSea, he knew it was going to be on the front page allegedly, and was buying them, and people saw on the blockchain, then reported them, and then that's how it came about. So some people are worried about NFTs be labeled a security as well, similar to what what's happening with the SEC versus Ripple. That is not the case here. Okay, pretty much they're saying that he used the information that he had working at OpenSea as a way to profit for himself. That is the issue. The issue is not the fact that the NFTs in and of itself are a security, or potentially could be labeled a security. So this really opens the door for them to officially be considered not securities if they tried to somehow spin it, but there's no situation where, as it stands right now, the NFTs are going to be considered a security. So as it stands right now, this, if they open that door, it's never going to end. If they open that door, they're pretty much going to say, when it comes to labeling NFT securities, they're pretty much going to say that NFTs or baseball cards are securities. Pokemon cards are securities. Sports cards could be a security. It'll never end. Or they could say you take a product from Target and sell it for more at Walmart or Amazon. That could be a security as well. That whatever you bought there could be it would just never stop. Okay, it would never stop, and they don't want to open that door. So looking at this isn't the official indictment that I read, but this is what they put out as a press release of the U.S. Attorney's Office at the DOJ of Southern District of New York. And pretty much they're saying, 31 years old, he's charged with one count of wire fraud, one count of money laundering, carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. They're using that to scare him. But, I mean, you're looking, he's probably worst case scenario. Now, in my opinion, tax dollars should not go to this. Tax dollars should not. He should, he should not even go to prison for this, to be honest with you. This is a waste of taxpayer dollars, in my opinion. But we'll see what the judicial system does. But there's no way the guy does 20 years. He probably does worse, depending on the dollar amount. There was estimated dollar amounts when I read the indictment. But looking here, the National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team was a part of this investigation as well, and they're saying that 20 years, the dude might do 10 months if he actually has to go to prison. He might do 10 months, and he's not doing 20. Yeah, right. There's no way. Dollar amount plays a part too, but um, I would say 12 to 15 months with good time and all that they have in the federal system. He's probably looking at 10 months, 10 to 12 months, worst case scenario. But and a lot of people worried about securities, the committees, and fraud task force. This is not that scenario yet. So the SEC is not touching this yet. This is not, considered. They're pretty much saying that he used this information with OpenSea for personal gain, and that's kind of where it stands. And do they want to open that door? I don't think they want to open that door because the amount of resources they're going to have to use to pretty much say everything is a security will be insane. Everything, a painting on the wall is a security because it has an NFT tied to it. It would just it wouldn't make sense. They would run out of money. They will run because you literally have to tie everything to be an NFT, everything to be a security. Anything that's exchanged for value is a security. So I'm not worried about that, and I think it's important for people to understand that the U.S. Attorney's Office is who indicted him, and not the SEC. If the SEC were to be the ones to indict him, we'd be having a completely different conversation. A completely different conversation because I would like to know, where will all the resources go? Like there will be a cap on resources if you tried to label everything a security. Everything. So, it would just never stop. It would never stop. It would always keep going. And that's something to pay attention to. When I was looking at this article, I would say that he would probably be one of many. If I had to assume, just because of how large OpenSea is, and they looked at his blockchain, so they knew it was his. But it'll be hard to prove that on a large scale. So the amount of resources and money that would take on a large scale would be crazy. So they say OpenSea most recent valued at $13.3 billion by investors, and they fired him, and I'm sure he wasn't necessarily looking to get indicted, but what they're saying, the Justice Department is saying that NFTs might be new, but this type of criminal scheme is not. As alleged, Nathaniel Chastain betrayed OpenSea by using confidential business information to make money for himself. Today's charges demonstrate that commitment to this office is stamping out insider trading, whether or not it occurs in the stock market or the blockchain, said U.S. Attorney Damian Williams in a press release. So I'd like to see how this plays out. I'd like to see, the federal government has like a 98% conviction rate. So who knows how this will play out. This is all allegedly, of course, but we'll see how it plays out. Just wanted to give you guys a brief go over this. I got a lot of emails about my thoughts on this and how this will impact the market, in securities and cryptocurrency as a whole. Just remember that SEC is not involved at this time. So this is not anything that the SEC was targeting him or anything like that. This is really just he was initially caught by people buying NFTs and they're looking at his wallet. They told on him, got him fired, and then as a result of that firing, now he's being indicted. So we'll see how it goes. And they say he was responsible for selecting NFTs to be featured on the homepage, which in return, so when people go to OpenSea, they immediately click on, a trending NFT for the day or whatever's on the open page, which in turn will increase, if he already has it and he bought in before, it was set to go on the open page, he profited probably significantly, I would say, in some circumstances. So he used an anonymous digital currency wallet and anonymous accounts on OpenSea to conceal the fraud. So that's crazy. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, we'll see how this goes overall. I think that uh, there's a lot of worry about the SEC or the SEC or NFTs being labeled as security. I just don't see it happening, guys. I do not see it happening. But I hope you got some value out of this video. I hope it broke it down for you effectively. Comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this as a whole, because this is interesting. I would like to see how this plays out, because if the SEC gets involved, it would just open up a can of worms that I don't think anyone wants to deal with, including them. So, hope you got some value out of this video. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts, and I'll see you soon. Keep moving forward to everything that you do.